Yes, I'm stationary. I could tell my cat wanted an opportunity to sit on my lap as I came back from my walk. So who am I to deny my cat the pleasure of sitting on my lap? I've always wanted a lap cat. I just didn't realize necessarily what it would mean. I've got 3 cats. The one here can be very demanding. Oh, nice. She's done. But she likes to sit on my lap. I've got a Scottish fold that does not like to sit on my lap, but always wants to be within an arm's reach of me. And then we've got a Maine Coon Tabby mix that randomly decides she wants to be with me and will usually lie either on my arm or right in front of my keyboard or mouse, so it's difficult to get any work done. But I love them. Okay, that was a tangent. Here's a call coming in. I'm going to send off to voicemail. I had a good conversation with my inner being this morning, and I thought I would share it again because why not? I think your inner being's probably saying, oh, thank you. You that knocked my phone out of my hands. I think your inner being, not most of our inner beings, if not all of them, pretty much saying the same stuff. Trying to help us just do what we need to do to feel good, right? That's definitely my goal. A thought came to my mind as I'm walking off. And it's hard for me to tell which are my thoughts and which are prompted by my inner being. And I've come to the conclusion that anything that feels good is most likely prompted by my inner being because we're one and the same. We're not separate. So that's kind of a fallacy. And anything that's negative is definitely coming from my brain. So my inner being and your inner being, they're always talking to us. We don't even notice it. So if we're feeling good, I'm just taking that to be that I am in tune and I'm channeling my inner being and the thoughts are rolling out and that we are aligned and we're working together, which is exactly how I want to be. So the thought comes to mind, what do you want? I've had that many times. What do you want? What do you want? My response, ease and flow. I don't want to worry. So I began a reflection of the things that happened yesterday. I was feeling, and I was asking myself and telling myself, I don't know how I feel. It's like, yeah, you do. You're not feeling that great. You're feeling really mixed. You know that you shouldn't be feeling this way and that you can choose, and yet you're still choosing. Because it's easier to just remain in that choice. Turn off that call too. So there we go. It's like the feelings that make us not feel so great, right, that don't feel so great, those are separating us from our inner being and from source energy, from the flow that we want. For some reason, it's difficult to be clear on all of these things when I'm at home and in my office. It's when I walk in the morning that things become more clear. So I try to capture them here for myself and for anybody else that might be finding them useful. But so my tendency, it's my choice. What I want, and what I have been wanting and have wanted for the longest time is for someone to step in and be a savior for me, to figure it all out, tell me what to do, and I just do it. That is an old energy. It's one I was brought up with, that I acquired. Anyway, you know how it goes. It's the It's the energy that most of us have and acquire. Looking for outside help to solve problems. Some people don't see that way, and that's great. That's good for them. But for myself, I'm looking for, or have historically been looking for, someone to step in. And it's increasingly been clear to me that I am my own savior. Even my inner being. If I ask my inner being for guidance, what should I do? How should I act? What should I think? How can I just accept the goodness that's out there waiting for me? Like, Eric, you're your own savior. You make the choice. You make the decisions. You make the choices. You're directing your own play. That's your job here in this 3D reality. Your job is to point to what you want and to feel the way you want to feel. And then allow the universe and all of its vast resources to bring it to you. That's what Dolores Cannon said. It's the universe's job to give you anything you want. There are only 2 laws, or 2 rules. You shouldn't take anything from anyone else, and what you want shouldn't hurt anyone. Otherwise, you can have anything you want. Let's just accept it. Let's just accept it. But that's not our way our brains work, and our egos, and we've got a lot of resistance and habits of thought and patterns that even though we can recognize them, that we have them, breaking out of them and going away from them takes a little bit of time. And consciousness is creation. Dolores Cannon also said that our purpose here is to learn how to create, learn how to manipulate energy. So I've said it before here, just a little bit ago, but what was impressed upon me this morning is just that our task here is just so simple. It boils down to really 2 things. We identify what we want. Then we choose how we want to feel. Or not then, but we're always choosing how we want to feel. And even though it may not be 100% necessary, that assisting us in feeling good is taking actions that are in line with our desires, what we want, that help us move toward them, at least on what seems like it is really helping us. I identified yesterday, not that I wasn't aware of them before, but I wrote them down. Yesterday, just all of the occasions that I could remember where wonderful things had happened. Yes, I had taken some actions, but really, what brought them about was not necessarily those actions. They may have assisted in some small way, but all of the heavy lifting was in the background where I could not see and still did not understand how they came about. It was just the workings of the universe, the how, that I don't have any responsibility for and really shouldn't be trying to take control of. So there we go. 2 things in a corollary, right? See what's out there, select what we want, choose what we want, point to what we want, identify what we want, what we desire, and choose how we want to feel. And then whatever actions we take them with the intent to make ourselves happy by acting in the direction, making choices that are and actions that are in the direction of the things we want. And kind of that goes along with everything the Bashar has said, acting on your higher excitement, that goes along with whatever inspired action is. I think it's exactly that. It's acting in accordance with what we want. So it's really quite simple. Now we have to be conscious of all of the resistant elements that we incorporate into our lives. And as I can't remember her name, someone I've been listening to recently is just saying she really thinks of everything in terms of vibration. Yeah, so appreciative of that. Everything in terms of vibration. Everything in terms of vibration. So that's how we feel. If I can tell our vibration is dipping, I just passed 11 minutes and 1 second, right as I looked up at my phone. So yesterday, I see number patterns all the time. And yesterday, after I realized that my restaurant's bank account was a lot better off, or was as well off as I was hoping. I just didn't want to rush in and check it from the sales over the weekend. But I had to, because my manager called and we needed to straighten a couple of things out. So that thing helped lift me, and I felt a lot better. That's not exactly the way it's supposed to work, right? You're supposed to, believing is seeing, not seeing is believing. So, at least as far as manifestation goes. But I noticed as my mood lifted, and I thought, yeah, the universe is supporting me. The universe has got my back. Yeah, it's true. But I started to see almost instantly these just number patterns. 111, 111, 111. There was probably 222, I think, in there as well. 111. Like, you are aligned. You are aligned. So there we go. Yeah, messages from our inner beings. I'm pretty sure yours is saying the same thing. Just listen and keep choosing you. Have a good one.